Today we're going to be smoking pork belly on our grill. What you're looking for on this pork belly is a nice lean, which is this, in here, to fat ratio. A nice lean to fat ratio, just like you'd be picking out bacon at the grocery store. Same kind of look. We like to have a nice fat cap on it. And if you need to trim some fat off, which I'd like to trim off, you can see right about there, get that down to about 1/4 inch to 3/8. And again, if you're not comfortable doing this, you can have your butcher do it at the grocery store. So what I'm going to do is just trim a little bit off of there. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to score it. And why are we going to score it? First of all, it looks pretty. Second of all, it helps that top fat cap render more, so at the end of the day, the pork belly fat is not offensive, but nice and cooked and rendered and beautiful tasting. So we're going to score it about 1/4 inch deep. Obviously, a nice sharp knife works well. You can notice I'm keeping my fingers out of the way. So that's what we're looking for. You can see that it's scored like that. That's going to help render that fat cap. We don't want to take the whole fat cap off because we want to protect that, and that's going to be really, really tasty when it's done. I'm going to smoke this fat side up. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to season the meat side with a little salt. And I like salt. I like a lot of salt on my pork belly because then you can almost get those bacon accents when you're done, even though it's not a cured product. So a little salt. We want to make sure we're hitting every side here. And then we're going to use our smokehouse rub. Again, you can use any rub, that you want to make at home, savory. Put some, different seasonings in there. You want to kick up your pork belly, add some cayenne. You want it more savory, add some rosemary, thyme, things like that. And I'm using kosher salt today. And I like kosher salt because I can see what I'm doing. I can see the granulars going on there, so I can see how much I'm actually putting on there. Just on the fat side, we are going to add some really coarse black pepper. And the only reason I do this on the top side is because a lot of it would fall off the bottom side, so it's not worth my time. And also, it has a tendency to kind of burn up on the bottom, that black pepper, and it's going to be a bitter taste. So we're just going to put that black pepper on there. Again, we're going to come on your sides here. And then once this starts sweating, which we're going to let it sweat for about 45 minutes to an hour. And what I mean sweat is that you're going to see some kind of liquid being drawn out from that salt. You can come by then and reapply the black pepper on the sides. So once it's a little more wet, it'll stick better. So come back and reapply it before it goes on the grill. And that's what we're looking for. We're going to let this sit for about 45 minutes to an hour and let it sweat. We're going to take this to our charcoal grill, which I have set up. With my hot side here, I'm using a little lump charcoal and briquettes, and I put one piece of soaked apple wood. Again, I like to soak the apple wood or any kind of chunk wood so it doesn't burn up real quick. It kind of smolders throughout the cooking process. I just put one chunk in. This is a small smoker. If you're using a bigger smoker, you might want to add more wood. So we're going to take it right to here on our cool side. All right. Again, I preheated this smoker grill to 250 degrees. Why do I smoke at 250 for pork belly? I want to render some of that fat out. So it's a good eating experience, not kind of offensive fat. I want it to kind of render out through the cooking process. We're going to let this go for about 2 hours, approximately, till it's about 160 degrees internal temp, or we got beautiful color. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to show you how we're going to finish it. All right, it's been about approximately 2 hours. We've been regulating our grill to keep it at about 250 degrees Fahrenheit. Open up and check this baby out. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at it. So that's what we're looking for. Some beautiful color. I'm going to put my probe in there, and I can tell that it's not obviously done. So I'm just temping in the thickest spot, checking with my probe, looking for 160-ish, 158 to 160, and this beautiful color. You can see that black pepper. You can see some of that starting to render out in there where I scored it. Nice and juicy. Here's where we're going to take it now. We're going to take it off of here. We're going to wrap it up tightly. And we're going to put it back on our smoker grill that is at 250 degrees. And let's check our pork belly. It's been about an hour and a half to 2 hours. We're going to check for doneness. Open this up. Sure does look pretty. Some of that fat has been rendered out. Check. A 198, and you can see how little resistance there is compared to when I was checking it at 160. That's what you're looking for. That little resistance. It's kind of jiggling a little bit. We're going to pull this off, and we're going to let it rest for at least an hour. And then it's going to really butter out. I'm going to cut into this here, see what we got here. You can see that. All that beautiful juice coming out of there. That's a wonderful thing there. So you could also take this pork belly right from the grill, open up the foil, let it cool for about 10-15 minutes at room temperature, and then put it in your refrigerator. Let it cool overnight to 40 degrees, and at that point, you could cube it, make it into pork belly burnt ends. You could cut it into almost like a slab bacon, put it on a griddle with some eggs or a BLT. So there's kind of a cool way you can do it from cold and not just eat it right out the grill hot. And there you have it. Some beautiful pork belly that you can enjoy right off the grill or save it for later and make some great dishes. Enjoy.